have Sky Ranks. What is your opinion in turnkey real estate? So funny enough, I actually met a couple of people who does turnkey. And one of my the many real estate networking events that I've attended, I'm sort of like a little bit mixed in the whole equation because there's so many components that can go out of hand, right? So for those who don't know, the whole concept of turnkey is literally what the word stands for. All you get is a key, you open it, you open the door, you turn the key, and then you walk in and voila, you have a property that it's ready to move in, ready to rent out and stuff like that. So the whole goal is, you know, there's a product and service for everyone in the market. Some real estate investors want to get more hands-on and they love to do flipping, they love to do renovation, so they don't mind buying an ugly house that is about to fall apart and make it look really pretty. And some other investors like me are kind of more like in the middle ground, mainly because they are busy doing other stuff and they just simply don't have the bandwidth to be on site. So what they do is that they like to buy properties that will require cosmetic fixes. And by cosmetic, I mean a simple change of the cabinets or a simple change of the countertop, or maybe replacing the vanity of the bathroom, but something that is fairly easy enough to replace, something that you could do yourself if you want to, and for those who are actually really handy, or you can just simply have your property manager help you replace that at a minimal cost. And so that's one type. And you get the real estate investors who just simply don't want to get their hands dirty, period. And they just simply go in, they rather pay someone who specializes in turning an entire neighborhood around, and that's what the turnkey agencies or turnkey companies do. So I haven't invested in anything that is turnkey related because I just simply don't have the need. And in my interactions with those agencies, for the most part, the way they work is that, yes, so they get investors to give them money so they can start the project. But then somewhere along the lines, they are going to still need capital because you have personnel to pay, you have work permits, you have building materials that you need to continue to buy in order to finish up the project. So that's when they go out and they sell the idea to those investors who don't want to get their hands dirty. And they say, well, this is the house that I have. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, and it's going to cost you this much to buy. On average, I would like to think that the prices are a little lower than what you will find in the MLS, but they say, well, we need you, if you're interested in buying this property, this is how much it's going to cost you, and then you either pay a deposit or you pay some money up front. So the only downside about that is that if you have the money to put that deposit and lock that property, you are sort of like locked out of the way with money, right? So yes, you will get a property maybe in 6 months or 9 months, depending on how long they take to build the entire property. And in my experience, you always have to add a couple of months extra to a project of that caliber, renovation. Things always comes up, and you know, you find things in the wall that you originally didn't find before, but then as you start tearing things apart, you see them. And so your money is going to be tied for the next couple of months. And if, let's say, for example, sometime down the road, you see a property that you like and you want to buy, you won't be able to do any of it because your money is already tied in this area. But I think it's all a matter of choices. I don't like to poo-poo on like different services out there. There's, like I said, there's always a product and service for everyone out there in the market. So what could work out for you might not necessarily work out for me. So I think it's all, in essence, for you it's more of like something for you to gather enough information and then decide, do you want to pursue that or not? So I wouldn't do the whole turnkey thing because in reality is I don't know how long they can take to finish up a project. Meanwhile, I already have a team in place in Florida. I already have a team in Alabama that could easily find me that property should I decide to pursue that. And some of it might even come with seller financing. I can work out a deal where I don't even have to go through the bank, and I can do the negotiations with the seller itself and then just make things work without having to wait months and months and the work to make things happen. So, but that's my criteria. That's how I work. And I think that's more of something for you to ask yourself if you're actually comfortable putting money in the deposit and just wait around to see how long it might take. And that's basically about it. So hopefully you find the answer helpful. Hope I answer your questions.